It's been a moment. It's been a moment. I haven't been doing live for quite some time. Yo, guys. How are you guys doing? Yo, it has been some time. I haven't been doing live for a long time. Yo, guys. I'm here today. Today, I want you to talk to me. I want you to tell me, how have you been? Have you been making money, or it's a long story? So we have got a lady here. I think I don't know what she's doing, but she's trying to understand. I think she's new in the game, and then just to empower the new guys, those who are still coming, and yourself, So mainly that's what's happening. No. Let's see. Where is the lady? Where? Okay, there she is there. Yeah. It's been a moment. I haven't been doing live for a long time. It's almost 3 months now. It's like that. When you get busy, you get busy, it's like that, But I don't know, how have you been? Have you been making money or? So yeah, I think, sister, yeah, your network is not okay. This is not okay. Your network is not agreeing with these things.
It doesn't today.
Yeah, did you put the snafu? The ancestors are not agreeing for you to talk with the John Gatti. What's happening here?
I can hear you when you respond. So.
Yeah, your network is refusing. Your network is refusing. I'm not quite sure what is happening, but yeah. If not, then I will just address the nation, because I don't know. Try to fix your network in the meanwhile. If then it does, then you'll come back.
Okay, let me go. I'll come back just now.
Guys, it's been a moment. I haven't been live. So talk to me. How have you been? Are you making money, or is it a long story? Or how do we treat your problem? Because this kind of problems, it needs money. There's some problems in life. It needs financial kick. So I haven't been talking to you guys. I don't know what you want to know. How have things been? There's quite a people say, hey, John Gatti, this one is talking about you. Hey, this one is saying. Let me tell you one thing in life, right? If people don't talk about you, good or bad, you are not doing anything. The moment you start doing something, then that's when you realize people will talk about you. That's when you know that you're moving forward. Imagine, do you think people talk about you? No, because now you're not doing anything. Start doing something. Start downloading dollars. Start doing something massive. People will be worried. What's happening with this gentle brother? What's happening with this mass? So that's what happens. So when now you start doing something, in life, you grow. As you grow, you're gonna meet different challenges. Even God Himself, right? Back on these days, right? Not everyone believed in Jesus. That's why even now we've got different types of churches. We've got different types of all those things, But let's get back to the point. The main point here is, guys, Cobra with the future. I cannot emphasize that. But our main important thing is that we have got MT4 and MT5. So now I love MT5 because MT5 you get more trades compared to currencies. Currencies are a bit slow, but for people in United States, I understand, right? Because they can't really use MT5. And remember, binary is a synthetic. You know what does it mean when they say something is synthetic? It means it's created, meaning, my friend, there's no news or anything that affects it. It's something that's created by a person. Unlike when you trade the currencies, it depends with all these kind of things, news release, the presidents, whoever, you know what I'm saying. That's how it is. So mainly, that's how it is. I want you guys to ask me sensitive question. I want you guys to ask me, John, how did you do this? John, how do you manage? How do you manage to move in a room full of haters? How do you manage to be this humble while you are this successful? Such things like that. I want you guys to ask me, what kind of challenges are you experiencing within the trading? John, how do you start it? You come from a rich family, John. Were you given money? Those kind of things. Those are the things that we want, guys. I mean, those are the kind of questions we ask. John, how does the robot? Why should I get your robot? How does it work? You see, those kind of questions. How do I start? Okay, good. That's a good question. Someone is asking me a clear and a very simple question. How do I start? This is how you start, my friend. The only thing I need from you, it's a laptop and internet, right? So what happens is, before you get involved with us, make sure that you call me, you talk to me. We talk about your problem, because your problem needs people like John Gatti, people who have answers, people who have got things which are already proven. Then what we do, we say, okay, fine, this is what happens. So you must download Telegram, you must download AnyDesk. So it doesn't matter whether you are new or anything, we're going to sanitize you. Even when you are blowing accounts, someone who's blowing accounts and someone who has never traded, they are all the same, because both of them, they are not bringing money, they're just taking money out. So that's how to answer that question. Let's see. How did you come up with Cobra? So mainly, I've been trading for 5 years. So basically, we have got, if you could go check on my bio, right? We have got a YouTube page. If you could scroll down, we used to do those things. That's what. Let me tell you one thing. You see, when you don't have money, when you are not, you're not that serious. People don't take you serious. But once you start doing something, and then they start seeing the results, they start seeing that now, you're somebody. That's when now they start taking you serious. So mainly after that, I realized that no, there's quite a number of people that I'm trying to teach, but most of these people, they can't understand, and most of them, they don't have time. So I said, no, I'm the smart man. I'm the smart one here. You're talking to Elon Musk or Forex. Why can't I come up with something? And then I said, no, let me come up with the software. So the first time we came up with PWR, right? PWR voltage. Then what did we do with that? We say, okay, fine, this is how it is. We're going to incorporate our strategy on a system. So it doesn't matter whether you are busy or maybe you're slow or whether you are fast or whatever, you all going to have the same results. So that's how we came up with the robot. And then the main problem is that, let me tell you one thing. I've seen, but don't worry, it's always like that. You see, people, they have to follow. We are the leader of the movement, right? So what's happening is that people always want to do this. There's so many people thinking, no, if you don't know how to trade, you cannot come up with a robot. And the main important thing is that if you don't know how to trade and you didn't know how the robot came about, you're not going to survive. You'll end up quitting, and then now you're going to say, now me, I want to open a spaza shop. You ask yourself, if someone has something that they say is working, why would you quit and now want to go and open a spaza shop? So it means there's a problem. Don't follow people while you don't understand, because you're going to get lost on the way. Right? That's why you need to deal with the masses. People who are consistent. Not to say that when you do something, we're not experiencing challenges. Challenges are always there, but what happens is that we have the direction. It's good to go in the bush, but knowing that there's a way after the bush. That's what happens. Let's see, and try to check this sisters of ours here. Probably she has. If she doesn't, then I'm just gonna do my thing and empower my people. Then I can continue with what I have to do. If now it doesn't work, then her ancestors are not allowing to push this kind of movement. Let's see. We can't see you for a second.
I don't know, John. I do not know what's happening.
Yeah, it's a bit better. So introduce yourself.
So I want to.
No, wait.
Okay, so I'm.
Wait.
I'm Sisanda
Yeah.
Mavaso. I started a new segment here on Instagram.
Wait.
Can you hear me?
Wait? No. I'm saying, can you please wait? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
I'm saying, please introduce yourself and tell us what brings you here, and why did you take John Gatti from his own space and bring him here? What's the main important thing that my people are going to empower, and what is it that they're going to absorb after this kind of meeting? Because it's a precious meeting. So please
basically,
theme, yeah.
Okay. So I'm Sitanda Mavaso. I recently started a new segment dedicated to Forex traders. It's almost similar to Traders Room SA, but the only difference is I host live chats where I get to talk to mentors like yourself and get a background story about how you became a successful trader, right? So I sent you a DM explaining to you what I wanted to do, and I sent you questions, right? I sent you questions about the whole interview. So I want to speak to John before Cobra.
Okay.
That's
Good.
what I want to
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
what I want to, get into. So I just want to get a background story of how you became who you are today. Not that I want to know about your strategy, how you do things in the market.
It
We will
doesn't
get
matter.
into that, but I just want to.
Sorry to jump on you. I'm saying even when you want to know, we can also elaborate. There's nothing to hide. You see, that's why we always talk to people. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, yeah. You can
So the
continue.
first question I had for you, if you remember, the first question I had for you, if you remember, was what inspired you basically to start trading? What inspired you to get into the financial markets before Cobra, before you started
Okay.
all of this?
Let me give you a bit of a background. I've always been a hard worker. To be honest, I'm a smart individual, right? So I said, okay, let me go to school. Then I went to school and then I did civil. Then I realized that this is not going to make me get to where I am. I want to be a boss of my own. But I realized that when now I
Yeah,
get to something like civil, it will take me time to become a boss and to do things how I want it to be. Then, by grace, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? I know that somehow I'm going to get to meet Forex and everything. But when you are a hard worker and you are a worker, you'll find something. That's why they say opportunity find those who are already looking for it. So already I was looking for something that's going to make me a boss somehow. Then I found it somehow because
yeah,
of whatever happened. Then I said, okay, fine. This is how it is. This is what's going to meet my work. Because I'm lazy in terms of things of doing work. I always use my mind based. I don't love too much of using the hands and stuff like that. That's why I always try to find ways to simplify things. Then that's when I get to do Forex. It was 2015 September. That's when I discovered Forex.
yeah.
Yeah.
So another
Then
thing is we know that a lot of people in the financial markets, especially when people are starting out,
yeah,
they deal with a lot of things. Firstly, they deal with losses. So a lot
yeah.
of people don't know how to deal with losses. Hence why a lot of people think that Forex is a scam because they walk into the market, they lose money and they leave,
Yeah.
So before Cobra, how did you manage to deal with all the losses that come with being a Forex trader?
To answer the question, losses it's not the problem. The problem is the drive. When you
Yeah.
do something and you don't have the drive, even when you make money, you'll quit. You see, because you
Mm,
can make money, but you still experience challenges. So even when now you experience, there's a difference. There's someone who can make money and experience challenges. There's someone who might not make
mm,
money and still experience challenges. So the main important thing is that you must understand why are you doing something, right? So me, what happened, the lucky that I was is that someone became a millionaire in front of me while I knew them in front of me.
yeah.
So became, we were poor. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I'm a product. I know what it means to be poor. So even when all the time when I talk about poverty, I'm not talking from the book. I talk from experience, right? So someone whom was my friend, someone whom I used to play with, someone whom I used to eat with, became a millionaire in front of my eyes. And I said, no, it means this person, if he can do it, it means I can do it. So that's why that stopped me from
Definitely.
being, no, finding it hard when it comes to losses. I didn't worry about that. The fact that someone became a
Yeah.
millionaire in front of me, knew that even when it would take me time, I'll definitely become a millionaire because one of my friends became a millionaire in front of me. That's what it is. So all I can say is it doesn't matter about the losses or win. The only thing you need to know, you must know why you're doing it. It must mainly be the drive.
Yeah.
That's what kept me today here.
Mm. So how did you go about creating the perfect trading style that suits your personality? How did you say, you know what, I have time so I can be a swing trader, or I really don't have time so I can be a swing trader. I have time so I can scalp. So how did you go about saying, okay, this is the strategy that's going to work for me? Before Cobra, right? We're still talking about before Cobra.
Don't worry. Ask me however I want. Don't worry. I understand you. So all I can
Yeah.
say is like you now becoming a soccer player now, and then if you used to playing to this team, you can't use the same strategy, right? It depends on what the market gives you. That's why always we have to bring updates. People don't understand why do you always have to bring updates. There's so many things that the market gives you, right? Tomorrow it can be this.
Yeah.
Tomorrow that tomorrow. So with the market, you
That's
cannot
true.
let's do this, because if now you're saying I only want to trade 2 trades, it means if within that day you don't find the opportunities, it means you won't trade. So if now you have got debts,
Yeah.
and means you won't pay if you don't get to make, because remember you're trading forex here. If someone is losing, someone is winning. So if it happens that that week you're not making money, it means you're not going to survive. No, it doesn't work like that. So
Yeah.
you learn a lot of things. I cannot say this is this. You know, from me from 2015 to now, I've learned so many things, right? You know, there's so many things that so when you combine, it becomes one thing. So now when you see something in a chart, you get to realize this is this, this is this. So now what we do now, we get to simplify things, but still I need the background. So there's so many things. I cannot say now I do this, I do. No, it depends with what the market gives me, and then I act based on what the market gives me. Because if I go opposite, then I'll lose
Yes.
money. Yeah.
So as you're saying, you came from, poverty. Your
Yeah.
background wasn't as good, right?
No,
And we are in South Africa. A lot of people are going through that. A lot of people are
yeah.
struggling to fund an account. People can save 1,000 rand and fund it only to blow. So to a beginner, what would you tell them? Do you think that it's possible for them to grow a small account into something that's big? Or how did you grow your small account? Did you have to deposit a lot of money, or did you like start off small, then you ended up scalping your way up to greatness, or what happened?
So what I can ask is that, you see, it's like you going to school now and you say you want to be a doctor. Going to
Mm,
school doesn't guarantee you that you're going to become a doctor. But because you are
yeah,
positive, you are hardworking, you don't want to be a poor man, you don't want to be in a bad space of things. It's just that even when you put the energy, you are hoping that when things are better, even when they say people with something, you'll raise your hand. So that's how it works apart, even in
mm,
Forex, right? So even when you go into something, right, anything can happen. But the fact that someone
yeah,
like me and others are doing it, it means you can do it. But remember, people who have got different types of lucks, right? There's some people when they do something, it
yeah.
happens, they don't get to experience quite a number of challenges and stuff like that. But there's some people when they do things, it just
That's
happens.
true.
But people who have got different type of lucks. But when you do something, you don't worry about losses. I cannot go to school and say, if now I fail a test, I'm gonna quit. No, it's part of that. But at the end of the day, you need to win. So I cannot tell a person start with a big
Yeah,
account, start with a small account. It starts with the mindset. If now you want to do something,
yes,
you do it. There are people who are doing a course for 3 years and they finish it in 8 years. Why am I using school? Because it's something that's relevant to a lot of people. That's why I want them to understand.
mm,
People, someone who has been studying a course for 3 years and finished it in 8 years. What matters is if you meet them after 10 years, you're gonna ask them, do you have a degree? You say yes. You won't ask them, how long did it take you? So
mm,
what matters is the person, they need to plan their things. It doesn't matter about whatever the matter is the starting point. Why are you doing what you're doing? You see, so don't do
yeah,
it first and say because John Gatti driving a Lamborghini. No, I work hard, my friend. I sleep late. Because of that, I planned. I said it doesn't matter however it can get to be. I will become successful,
yeah,
no matter whether it can rain or whether
yes,
someone can say good or say no. Me, I know I need to win, and I know how it is to be successful, and I want to be like that. That's what matters. It doesn't matter about the local,
yes.
all those things.
That's true. That's true. Another thing that a lot of people, and another thing that I also struggled with when I was starting out was I had a hard time creating a trading plan that works for me. Firstly, I didn't know what a trading plan consists of. I didn't know whether I should, journal my trades from time to time. I didn't know if I had to like write a specific pair and write about its analysis and everything. So a lot of people in the market are really struggling with how to, you know, draw or write the perfect trading plan that suits their personality. So how did John create his own trading plan that works for him?
That's the question you're asking me. Like I said, it still boils to one thing. I'm saying, you see, I've been doing so many things. That's why I'm gonna use school because people understand school more. So you see, it's like you see, the things that you learn at grade R, you ask yourself, but why would I learn those things? And then the things you learned at grade 5, why would I learn those things? No, if you didn't have those things, you wouldn't be able to get to grade 12. So what I can say is this: all the things that I have learned, it depends. I've learned. I get to develop. I cannot say now. It's like now you find that maybe in the morning I'm busy. Then if I say I want to trade based on plan, it means I won't make money, right? So basically what I'm saying is that I look for what I know. So it depends. When you open the chart, it doesn't matter whether you do it. It's you look for what you're looking for. Then if you can't find what you know, then you leave the chart to the next chart. That's how trading works about. So if you see the market is confusing and you're not aware, then you leave the market. There are so many pairs. Then you go to the one that you understand. But at the end of the day, what matters is you need to know how to, as a trader, it doesn't matter. If you don't know how to get the direction, it doesn't matter whether you're telling us your strategy is a gold mine or whatever, you lose money because you have to, based on the way the market is going, you need to identify. The main important thing when you start trading Forex is to find the direction. Being able to identify the direction, because even when someone doesn't know how to trade, they can be lucky that weekend or whatever day and start trading, and then they start making money. You see, so that's mainly the case.
So as soon as you started to make a lot of money in the market, you become confident. It happens to the best of us. And the moment you start to hit, yes.
Wait, put it like this. Put it like this. As soon as I started killing poverty, put it like that. Don't say a lot of money. Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you started killing poverty, you become confident. You became confident in yourself, right?
Yeah.
How did you overcome greed? Because it's a thing that happens to everyone. You know, you end up before Cobra, you end up over trading, you know, placing more trades, even when it's not necessary. How do you overcome greed as a trader in the financial markets?
To be honest with you, it's hard for that. It's like, let me give you an example now. Okay, at my pace, like where I am, and then I said I want to trade $1,000 account, right? Those profits are too small. If now I make $100, to me, it's, you know what I'm saying. It wouldn't be like, it's too small, so it will make me want to trade more. So basically, it depends on what reach are you in terms of finances. How far. You see, if now you're trading, there's someone who can trade and make $100. There will be a lot of money for them based on who they are, right? So the greed comes in based on what you make. So if now you coming in and then you have got the $20,000 account or maybe $50,000 account, and then the greed won't be visible than compared to someone who has got the $100 account, because that person wants to double it. But you won't come in and then you say, I want to double 100,000 in a day. So you see, so the greed is built on mainly on how much you have actually. You see, but you can't. That's part of. That's why we work. That's why I want to make so much money. So I cannot say I can't have greed. I also have greed. I also sometimes put so many, but hit. You know, because I want to make more money. You know, there's no limit. You also want to make so much money. But it gets to that point. You say, okay, if I have this kind of amount, I'm happy with this. But you still want to make more. If you see that the market is still performing the way you know, you'll want to go in. See, that's how it is.
So what inspired you to start Cobra? What inspired you to, you know, create your own, you know, robots where you help people? How do you come up with that plan?
Okay, cool. So what I've done, right? Basically, let me, you know, back in the, I think 2016, 2017, I used to do teaching, heavy teaching, like we teach people, we do seminars and all those things, right? But you realize, okay, fine. As much as I put so much in, I'm not working, you know, but you find that you have got people who are working and all those things. They don't have much time, right? But you know that, okay, fine. If they could, like someone, they cannot have, I cannot teach someone who can have the same belief as me, right? So, but how about if I come up with something that can be the same for all people, whether you have got energy, whether you don't have energy? Then I said, I think I need to come up with something that will give all of us the same results. That's when I now implemented the software.
Yeah.
So
I see.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
I see. It's you killing it with Cobra.
No.
We're murdering.
We haven't started. We haven't started. You know what I like, right? What I like is quite a number of people trying to do the software. So I inspire them. They can refuse, but they know I inspire them. 90, oh, probably all of them. I inspire them, but they want to do this thing, but they don't understand the basics. They just want to have the nice life, you know, the Rolex and the nice
That's
life,
life,
the
Baba.
happiness, but they don't understand what comes in. So what I like about this is that they are pushing out the word, but what happens is it will get
Yeah.
to the point where now they don't know what they're doing, so they'll come to me, and then I'll push the movement in the right way. So that's what I love about it, because there's so many people saying we do this, and they don't understand, and they ended up going back and doing whatever they know. So that's what I love about it.
So do you need any form of knowledge about the financial market if you want to purchase your
No,
Cobra?
no, you don't. No, you don't.
Oh,
But remember what I've
okay.
used everything to the software. So the software does everything, right? So the software is mainly trades like a human being. So basically, what we did is that we added the knowledge that our so if now we're supposed to teach you, we put it exactly there on the software. Then the software is gonna do everything for you. So we show you what you need to know.
Mm.
Yeah. So basically, what we do, the difference is that each and every day we give you the settings, because remember, the market differs all the time, especially when now you have to
Yeah.
do it fully automated. It's kind of a problem, because some people, they don't follow someone, they don't use the correct lot size, they don't use the correct risk management, and you find that now they blow an account and stuff like that. So we want to keep up with each and every person that we deal with. So what we do, we give them the settings, and then we give them a full support.
Mm.
Hmm.
So before Cobra, were you ever before when you were still doing this forex thing, when you were just starting out,
Yeah.
you were excited about it and happy. I was scammed before. A person took my money and left. Weren't you? Was John Gatti ever scammed in his life?
Ah, my ancestors, they don't allow that. My
You were
ancestors
never scammed in your life.
can't. My ancestors, they don't do that. It can't happen to me. It depends. Yeah, our lives are different, but yeah, they do.
Yeah,
So when someone takes your money, does not really say. I wouldn't say someone scammed you. What happens is you need to have
yeah,
the fact that someone you believed in them. That's what matters, because you can't
yeah.
just take 1,000 rand or your 200 rand and give to someone. It means you saw something
They,
of which
yeah,
now helping you to be where you are. Because if now it's like you're going to school and fail a test and you quit. You can't just do that. I mean, you move forward and see.
yeah. Have you
Yeah.
ever tried buying signals before? Have you ever tried, purchasing
No,
signals?
the time we
Do you have
started,
anything against them?
the time we started in 2016, there were not many spaza shops like we have now. Now there are so many spaza shops.
Yeah,
Someone is doing signals, someone is selling, someone is doing competition, someone is doing promotion.
yeah,
When we started, we didn't have much of those things. So it was. And when you don't have money, you have to look at the right things and shoot once. You don't do twice. If you don't have a lot of
yeah,
money, take your time, and then when you make a step, you make one step once.
yeah. So before I leave, Mr. Gatti,
Mhm.
to a person who's struggling, because my segment is dedicated to new traders basically who just need assistance and help and guidance. So
Yeah,
to a person who is struggling in the market, we know that there are people who've been in the market for a long time, but they're still losing money. We know
yeah,
that there are people in the market who don't have a solid strategy. We know that there are people in the market who want to seek help from people like yourself, but when they look at the prices, they're like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to pay for this, and I'm also gonna have to deposit money into my account. So what would you say to give them that, little bit of encouragement to keep going? What would you tell them? Any tips, word of any advice? What would you tell a person who's currently struggling in the market?
to be honest, you don't really need money to do forex, right? There's YouTube these
Yeah,
days. No,
yeah,
YouTube, there's everything that you need, right? Even myself, there's no one who can come
yes,
forward and say, "Hey, I taught you forex." I'll clap that guy, and I don't know how to clap. But if that person comes in front and say, "I taught you," I'll clap him, right? Because you see, we have got YouTube. YouTube is everything. I use
yeah,
YouTube, and I've got there's so many books. In the library, I was at UJ. There's so many books there, which is to do it for.
yes,
There are many, right? It's the same thing. It's just that when especially YouTube, there's so many people who are teaching there. The problem is if you don't have money, it's just you need to put more energy compared to when there's someone who's guiding you. It's like you going to school and then you are not going to school. You want to become a civil engineer. You'll be studying everything, man. You'll be studying even the stuff that you're not supposed to study. But if now there's someone who's guiding you, it's just that it's gonna help you in terms of not being lost. But you can do it yourself, like myself. You can do it by yourself. There's YouTube. I recommend YouTube. Just search beginners.
Yeah.
They'll give you the video. Watch all of them. You write your notes, strategies. You find so many things there. There's no need for you to pay, but
So
if
with
you want to pay, you must work hard and go watch the videos on YouTube. You get it.
yeah. So to a person who wants to join Cobra and they really don't understand a lot of things about it, and so how is there a fixed amount of money that you need to have in order to trade with Cobra, or any amount of money will
Any,
just work perfectly fine with the system?
any amount above $100. So the minimum to start with is $100, so that we can accommodate. Because we know if someone has already paid 10,000, they can't now come about with 10,000, looking at how things are. So the minimum is
Yeah.
$100. Then we get to show. So the minimum to start with is $100.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
has anyone from, I see that Cobra is really doing a good thing. I see that you generate a lot of income from it. I'm sure there are people who have already purchased it and they also generate a lot of income from it.
That's what.
Haven't you had any person from like a bank maybe wanting to purchase the robot that you have, or they've never
A
approached
bank.
you?
A bank.
Yes, because we know we trade against them all the time.
What do you mean a bank?
So has, like, big
You're-
banks, has anybody
you're
like
talking-
any, you see, I
yeah.
feel like when big institutions see that an individual like yourself has a system that works this good, they would want to invest in you and they would want to take from you, right? I feel like that's how it works, right? So hasn't that ever happened to you where a person comes to you, or a business of some sort comes to you and approaches you and say, hey, John, we see that you're doing a really good job. We would like to have, a percentage of your bucks. Hasn't that ever happened to you?
No, but it depends. I mean, it's like you now going to a big advanced business and you say, we don't, I mean, I'm not hungry. You see what I'm saying? So if someone come in with
Yeah,
a proposal, I won't listen to such things. You know what I'm saying? So mainly like
yeah,
thing, you know what I'm saying? So we are not worried about that of saying we want to push all those things, doing weekly specials, and we're not worried about that. We know our stuff works,
yeah,
we believe in it. We are the
yeah,
LV of products to say, you know what I'm saying? So we don't really have to come and say, oh no, discount. No, we just tell you, okay, this is how it works about. Then you take it or you don't take it. Like I said, if you have time, go to
yeah,
YouTube and learn and make money. But if you don't come to us, then we'll show
yeah,
you the way. So we give you options. So we don't really just accommodate only those who are ready to sanitize poverty. Even those who are hard, there are some people who are
yeah.
finding it hard to believe. There's someone who still believes that forex is not real. There's someone within
There,
this.
there is.
Yeah, but I mean, we can't force them to do that. You just move with those. You just move with those who are already in the move. You see, that's how it is.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So does the system work with the whole financial market, or does it specifically deal with forex only, or does it also work with indices, commodities? It works
All
with
of
everything.
So we have got cryptos,
Oh, that's great.
we have got currencies, and we have got binary. So it's four of them.
Yes.
So I love
Oh, that's
MT5
great.
because MT5 runs from Monday till Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. I'm sure that people was listening today, and I'm really grateful for, bearing with me, even though I had a very bad network. I really am taking time away from a busy
Yeah.
day to have a segment with me. So honestly, thank you very much
Yeah.
for allowing me to host, even though it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, because I wanted to save it on my IG so that if people didn't see
The
it,
main-
they can also see it on
Yeah.
IG. But anyway,
Yeah.
You were wonderful, Mr. Gatti. It was such an honor talking to you. It takes a lot, honestly. I thought you were not going to respond to my DM. I was literally shaking when I was typing, but
Yeah. We.
with God's grace, you did. But anyway, so thank you very much and have a good one.
No, no, no. Thanks for coming through. And then, yeah, it's good thing what you're doing. You know, we want people like this pushing them because there's not many female who are doing the forex, you know, and stuff like that. It's only mostly it's males
Yeah,
because it needs a bit of bravery. You need to be brave. You know, you go in. Yeah,
it's
you see,
true.
but yeah, you just have to believe in yourself and have a drive. You definitely make it. But and associate yourself with people who are already doing it. You know, and be a positive. When you are a positive person, you will literally attract positive things in your life. But if now you know,
Yes,
especially those who are doing well ahead of you, humble yourself. Then somewhere, somehow, one day, someone is gonna humble themselves towards you because of what you've done. You see, so now it's a good thing.
yes,
I like you took you lower your pride and then you type the paragraph. Even though I didn't read, I just went through to what makes sense and then I said, okay, fine, we can give you a chance and then yeah, talk to us and then that's how it is. So it's a good thing. You see, you don't have to have pride when you're doing things. Even myself, there's
yeah,
some people I check sometimes. Oh, this one is new. Okay, it's got energy. Oh, if you can do, but most of them, you know, stuff like that. You must always know what to pick up. Then that's how you can survive. You always need to bring new energy. If you want to do the old Magogo style, you won't survive. The next day won't see you. So that's why when you do something, always do something that has never been done. Then you'll be somewhere else, and people will start
yes,
copying. And the moment people start copying you, you must know that you are switching the game. You are controlling the.
yes, that's true.
So that's how it is.
So, Mr. Gatti, I normally end my live chats in a slightly, different, immature-ish way. So I know that Klambe, you won't even want to do it, but
Yeah.
in the count of three, I'm gonna count down to three, and then we're gonna fist pump, fist pump.
No, you are
Then
dealing
I'm
with.
gonna leave.
Oh no, listen.
Then
You are.
I'm gonna leave. But
Oh yeah.
Mr. Gatti, please,
Oh no
no.
no
Okay, I'm gonna do it myself. You just do this.
no.
Then I'm gonna do.
Yeah yeah yeah.
Thank
And
you for having me. Have a good one.
keep well. I'm still live. Sorry guys. Okay yeah. It was a nice one. I'm gonna keep this on our feed. Then you can watch it. And if there's questions, you know where to find us. Then we'll take it through. It was a nice one. Sorry for keeping you waiting, but yeah, we'll have more of this. You know.